Okay, hello everyone. Very nice to meet you all, and thank you IWD Swindon for inviting me. My name is Zhang Jun. I came originally from Shanghai 17 years ago, and my current position is senior lecturer in international business. In my view, I believe education plays a very important role in pushing equality and getting our voice heard. We need to know our rights, be articulate in arguing, negotiating, and defending our positions and rights. And education can open our minds, widen our horizons, and boost our confidence. And we need to be educated to educate. A lot of talented young women have their talents compromised because of the social structures and systems that are unfair towards women, especially women who are mothers and at the lower end of the social ladder, single and from a deprived background. And we should never be put in a position where we have to choose between our child and work. And no one should be restrained, restricted, and limited by the sex that they were born with. And we need more family-friendly and gender-responsive policies, which will not limit women as they seek careers in workplace. And in our household, we work together as a team. My husband does all the shopping, cooking, and washing up. And because I love gardening, I do all the hedge cutting with my Bosch hedge cutter. But there have been a few times when our neighbors made comments that, oh, your husband should be doing that, from both male and female neighbors. And one time, a man who collects our waste bins thought that I didn't have a husband. Therefore, I had to do it myself. So my reply to them is that whoever is good at hedge cutting gets the job. In any case, it trains my arm muscles. So I think education is key in bringing our children up without restriction of their sex. This is true for girls and boys. No boys should be forced to wear blue, and no girls should feel that wearing pink is only for them. And we have responsibility for our children's outlook on equality issues. There have been a few cases when I had to challenge injustice brought upon on me. So I'll give you one example here. Once on my way home from a long day's work on my PhD, I was verbally and physically attacked on a train by two young men on their way to enjoy their Friday night out in town. So the fact that I was a woman and a non-native woman, a cyclist, sitting on my own in a quiet corner of the train, made them to think that I was an easy target. So I challenged these men's behavior and really tried to reason with them, but received more verbal abuse. So it came to the point that I felt they needed to be held responsible for their action and behavior. And I should not just accept their behavior and swallow it. So I needed to have my voice heard. So I called the attention of the train guard, asked him to call the police. So these men ran off as soon as the train reached the next stop. But the police managed to catch them from the CCTV footage. So this incident made me stronger to fight for justice and fairness. There are so many women who have been in my situation by being attacked, assaulted, or abused, whether verbally or physically. So exercise your rights, use evidence, and make your voice heard. Education opens doors to opportunities. I have been fortunate to have met many amazing women in this country. A dear friend of mine campaigned for her rights as a disabled woman, as well as being a gay woman. Her own family denied her sexuality and rejected the existence of her long-term partner. From working for her and being a good friend with this woman, it raised my own awareness on issues related to disability and the LGBT community. So it was an education for me. And now I can educate others on these issues. So I was certainly inspired by this woman for her spirit in fighting against inequality and unfairness. So she taught me to challenge outdated social conventions that disadvantage women. Even in today's world, professional women are also bullied in the workplace. Laws should be upheld to support us whenever there's a case, and we should support others who are in vulnerable situations. I had to fight for myself to challenge a male colleague's behavior because he was clearly undermining my ability and confidence. There was clear evidence that, not just for myself, but also others, regarding his subtle sexist comments and culturally insensitive behavior. So I felt that whoever was affected by his behavior definitely needed to amplify their voices. So evidence was gathered and used, and it was a win to our side. So women are resourceful, and we have demonstrated that we can create opportunities to maximize limited resources, and we can build businesses out of very little capital. We are overcoming persistent gender-based barriers every day around the world. Women have succeeded in all corners of professions, in spite of laws, policies, and institutes that hold us back. I think it is time that all of us, men and women, create supportive environment for women to achieve economic empowerment and amplify our voices once for all. Thank you.